Hey guys, welcome back. We got a scam. We got a bounty scam. You know, those things that are no longer allowed on Whatnot because they're abused so often. We got a 45,000 Australian dollarino scam going on here, where we have somebody that hits a Umbreon on the stream. They're supposed to get a whole bunch of crap. And even as Krispy here, who does not pay out that bounty, mentions it's $45,000 worth of stuff. Little bit of context there. It seems like he didn't think he was going to hit the second Umbreon SIR. He does. And then he's like, oopsie doopsie, you can have a lesser prize. That's not how it works. Let's watch the clip. My apologies for the audio that is cut in portions because of the very copyrighted music in the background.
Whatever one you want. I'm not giving that bounty.
That's not how it works.
I'm done. I am so done, chat. I am so done. What the actual... Pick whichever one you, bro. I'm not. I can't do it. I've already lost way too much money tonight.
So here he strong arms the
Chat,
winner
I gave 50 free spins away.
into picking something instead of getting all of it.
You can
Everything
take
that was
one
on
of
the
these.
wheel.
What would you like? Oh, I'm a scammer. I'm 100% a scammer. Yep. Scammer. Scammer, chat. I'm a scammer. Yep. I'm a scammer. He already printed, chat.
So you can see in the chat here, if you want to give it a read through, he was supposed to give...
He wants one of the... He was chasing the mega hits anyway, chat, so... He's printed anyway.
He won a lot anyway.
I'm not... Chat. You serious? $45,000. Come on.
So yes, if you say that you're going to give away $45,000 worth of stuff, you have to give away the $45,000 worth of stuff. You can't be like, oh, you're still going to get a lot of stuff.
That is crazy, chat.
When people
That
purchase...
is crazy.
Under the impression that they're going to get $45K worth of stuff if they hit the bounty card.
Chat, I'm broke.
You're providing...
He doesn't have to take anything. But the fact I'm giving him something...
No. Absolutely not. People are buying with the incentive that, hey, if I hit the Umbreon, I'm going to get a whole bunch of extra stuff. You cannot just all of a sudden change out what the prize is. Blows my absolute mind. We do have some people defending his actions. We'll take a look at that. We have like a weird response. Not really.
Ray's all yours, boss. Dude, there's no way we pulled two in one night. There's actually no way we pulled two in one night, chat.
Oh, you did. You were under the impression that you weren't going to, and you were going to benefit from...
There's no way we pulled two in one night.
The bounty. But then, you're not going to give away the prize anyway that you're advertising. Blows my absolute mind.
I'm going to replace this Rayquaza with another Gengar, alright, chat?
So he's just going to keep going. He's just gonna move on with it.
So there's two Gengars.
Surely
right?
No one's gonna be upset, right? No one's gonna call him out. So yes, when there's a prize and you're offering that prize as something that somebody can win, when they're purchasing your overpriced packs, they're factoring that into their purchase. That encourages them to purchase. And if you don't give them that prize when they actually hit it, whether you think they're going to hit it or not, whether it hits super early, whether it hits too often, that's not how it works. Don't put the stuff up as a prize, as a bounty, if you're not going to pay it out. And yes, it's one of those scenarios here where maybe he's not scamming people for lesser value stuff, but when it's $45,000 that he puts on the line, his choice to do so, he's going to play it off as a joke at some points here. But even his friends, as we'll see, have said that it's not a joke. So, unfortunately, TikTok is a piece of shit platform where you can't go watch the replay. So we have this screen recorded footage. I'm going to be contacting TikTok about it. Let them know, hey, you might want to go take a look at this stuff. It's very, very important with these platforms in terms of swapping things out, in terms of doing some shady stuff, that you're able to go watch the replay. Now, Whatnot makes that very difficult because the replay system is trash, But when TikTok doesn't even allow you to go watch that video as the person that purchased from that stream, that's just a whole nother level of bad stuff that's going to happen. At least Fanatics they have the secondary camera, so you can see if anything gets swapped out. You can see if there's any shenanigans if you need to. So I reached out to Crispy Hits and Rips because he would have the footage from that stream, and I just wanted to know where he mentioned the Umbreon bounty, and he has not gotten back to me. That's not a surprise. If he does, I'd love to look through that, and we can take a look at it for ourselves. Now, we have a TCG12, TCG Police on the TikTok, who has covered this situation, and good on him for doing it. He got a little bit of backlash from Krispy and his buds in the comment section. We'll take a look at that. So for anyone wondering, the 45,000 odd in USD is just under $29,000. Not chump change. Again, giant incentive for people to purchase. Even if your packs are overpriced, that's an extra little gamble on top. And this is why you should probably stay away from most of this stuff in terms of the bounties, the gambling games, the rip and ship in general. The amount of trust that you're putting in the person that you're purchasing from is infinite. Because if they got pull boxes, if they got any of that stuff, they can do so many shenanigans, or even just the packs themselves. They can be resealing those and you're not going to be able to tell. All right, so I confirmed that I was talking to the original winner. He says that he wasn't given an option. He was kind of strong-armed into picking the Rayquaza that we saw on the screen there, where he picks a card instead of the bounty. Crispy's going to run with the fact that he was happy. He was happy that he didn't get the 45,000. He just wanted one of the cards. No, you kind of pushed him to pick one of the cards. He felt like he had to pick one of those cards or he wasn't going to get anything. I mean, if you're going to scam him on the $45,000 bounty, you're probably also just not going to send him anything if he's not happy and not going to pick something. So hopefully this gets rectified because, yes, he was purchasing with the intent, with the impression that he had a chance at that $45,000. And when he won the $45,000 worth of stuff, even if he didn't want it, the prize is there. You're advertising the prize, even if he was like, whatever. That's not how it works. You can't just be like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. I'll just give you a little bit of stuff. All right, so we have a counter to that post, that video on TikTok. And here's what he says. This is like the best thing you could do, like if he's going to play it off as a joke, is to like show the footage, show the clip where he says, oh, this is a joke. Not that you should joke about it anyway. You don't joke about a bounty, because if someone misses the joke, misinterprets the joke, it wasn't, in my opinion, it wasn't a joke to begin with. But let's take a look at what Mr. Crispy has to say for himself.
I just want to take a moment to clear the air about a few things. So a 20-second video has been posted to a
This one's going to be longer than 20 seconds.
TCG Police, and now it has gained traction. Now, this video has actually been taken out of context. So someone has screen recorded only a small portion of a 8-hour stream.
Show us the stream.
And basically what happened is that someone had won a bounty from me. It was 50 spins. They won their prize. They got their 50 spins. Happy. The next time round, I said if we hit another one, I would give away a certain amount of prizes. I think it was like $40,000 and worth of prizes, not $40,000 cash, $40,000 worth of prizes. And so basically what happened is that person hit the bounty. So basically, if you hit a specific card on the stream, you receive a prize. Now, we haven't had any issues like this in the past before, but obviously this time around it has, it's not worked out in anyone's favor. So basically,
so you notice there that he's like, oh, but I gave away this and I gave away that and somebody won before that. That does not matter. That doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. If you put that on the line, you have to be under the impression that you're paying it out fairly, no matter what. Doesn't matter how often it hits, how early it hits. If you promise a bounty, you got to pay the bounty.
Basically, that we said that, yep, you get a card, but then in the moment, it wasn't supposed to be taken seriously. Now, everyone has taken this out of context, but basically the person who had won the card. So they pulled an Umbreon SIR out. They actually received another card on top, even though they didn't receive the other bounty. They actually
have to receive
the
the
card
bounty
on top. Everyone saw it. They said they were happy. They were fine. There was no issues.
They didn't say they were happy you strong-armed them into, instead of the $40,000 to $45,000 worth of cards that they were supposed to receive, you swapped it out. You said, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not giving that out. I'm not giving that much out. How did we hit 2? And now you're swapping it to, like, the guy's happy. The guy's not happy. He was forced to pick a card instead of the giant prize that he won.
I
talked to him. That's what he said.
Nothing was said afterwards. Now, I have now received a lot of messages in regards to this, and I've also turned off the comments to all my videos because I don't believe that these comments that people are leaving are very nice, basically, and it's not great. I'm sure if everyone else knows, what happens when everyone gets together, they then, try and take down, whoever it is. Now, obviously,
people are being angry. People are messaging because people are leaving comments because you scam someone. That's kind of what it comes down to. Reminder, guys, do not harass anyone involved. It's okay. Hopefully TikTok will deal with the situation. But again, if there's nothing to hide here, if you're not in the wrong, there's no reason you should be hiding anything. You have access to the full footage from the stream. You could just show, hey, here's where I clearly said it was a joke, which I don't think happened whatsoever. But again, it's just diddling around here.
I'm the person that is, that matter. And look, at the end of the day, it's my TikTok. I can do what I want with my TikTok. I obviously have no control over anyone else's, but in my case, I'm allowed to do whatever I want. So people saying, turn your comments back on and all that, I'm just going to leave it for now because I don't need to see the comments that people are leaving because let's just put it this way. I'm sure having multiple comments saying you're all these nasty comments basically, and
you're a scammer. Is that what they were saying?
It does take a toll, and I'm sure we've all seen it happen time and time again. And I don't believe that if I leave the comments on that it's going to achieve anything. Now, I'll leave it up to you, but in the sense that I don't need to see these comments. Now, I'm already receiving a lot of messages in regards to this situation, which I am just ignoring and blocking people that are making basically, not very nice comments. So it's, it is what it is. But yeah, I appreciate everyone that have been trying to help in this situation, trying to, I guess, back up the claims that it wasn't, out of spite, and it was more the fact that everything has been taken out of context. Basically, it's you take a 20-second video out of a stream that happened 8 hours long. So everyone was in there, everyone was watching.
What was that a context?
And after that clip that had been posted to TCG police. So there are people believe that I did not give the person their card. Like the people are thinking that I didn't give their card as well on top of the bounty.
No, you didn't give the bounty.
In fact,
you gave them the card and the
Rayquaza.
Rayquaza.
On SIR, I did send out the card that I gave them on top, which was a Rayquaza VMAX Altar from Evolving Skies. At the time, it was valued
TCG Police did not say that you didn't send the
Australian.
other cards.
I'm sure the price, goes up and down, but at the time, that's how much it was valued. And so, look, at the end of the day, everyone can think what they want to think. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Probably not.
And that's it. So, I'm trying my best. I'm trying to move forward to the people that were involved. I hope that you see this and you understand that what we did, everyone was happy, the people involved, that's all that matters. And yeah, so the people that do comment and all that are usually the people that don't necessarily buy or support the stream. It's everyone's just jumping on
No
the
one
bandwagon.
should buy or support the stream.
Let's see where we
No
can
one.
take this.
No one should.
At the end of the day, I've already spoken to the people involved, and we've all been sorted. Now, it would be nice if we could get those comments on there from the people, but in saying that, everything is sorted on my end, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah. But anyway, thank you so much for listening, and yeah.
All right, so nothing was sorted. The individual that got essentially scammed of the bounty is not happy with that. I mean, at least he got some of the cards right, but that's not sorted. That was not the price. That was not the bounty that you offered. I don't know. From what I'm seeing, other than the actual moment where he mentions, here's the bounty. So it's like, oh, I wasn't serious about that. So we get into the defenders of his actions, and this is the dumbest shit I've ever read. People saying the bro gave away a 15K already from the 50 spins bounty tonight. Give him a break. No, that's not how it works. I don't give a shit how much you gave. I don't care if you're like currently you're donating blood, giving something to a child to the side of you in the children's hospital while you're scamming someone. If you don't give away the thing that you advertised as the bounty, it's a scam. That's how it works. That's what it is. You would have been happy to take money all night for those packs. If no one hits that Umbreon, you would have been just soaking in the extra dollars. Oh, yeah, it's above market, but don't worry. You got a chance at winning $45,000 worth of stuff. Crazy. Yeah, you may have given away 20K today, and some people still complain. That's not the complaint. That's great for anyone else that got something that was given away, that was spun. It's like, oh, yeah, that person that opened something good from that pack that they purchased for too much money from me, man, they're lucky. I gave them that. I gave the spins. The whole like buyer's giveaway stuff in general is heavily masked by the fact that the person that's doing the giveaway stuff is benefiting from it, especially if it requires a purchase like a bounty or a buyer's giveaway, which is illegal without free method for entry. It's advertising, it's incentive to purchase. It's all being done for a reason. It is not out of the good graces of the person that's doing it. Almost always. Otherwise, if they didn't want to benefit from it, they would do it off camera. They would do it without anyone knowing, because, I mean, to some extent, even if you're not requiring any purchase, if you're giving something away, like you're benefiting from good PR. But when it's on a stream, whole different story. When a selling stream that requires a purchase to win, or that requires people to be in there, which is going to increase your audience, which is going to be used as advertising to promote your stream. So yeah, just more absolute dumb shit. All right, so we'll get into what was actually given away. We got an Umbreon. I guess it would have been more expensive at the time, but you get the idea. $840-ish, and the Rayquaza $680-ish. Man, there's some cards really dropping in price from the absolute craziness that they were. Especially the modern stuff that got pumped. People are moving on to the next thing. People are moving their money to the next thing. So the two cards here, even if you want to call them $1,000 each, not anywhere close to the bounty that was won. That was, you know, the packs were purchased under the impression that he was gonna have a chance at all those extra goodies. And no, even if for some reason he was like, oh, you know what, you don't really have to give me the $45,000 worth of cards. I'm okay. Like if he said something like that, different story. If you strong arm him, whole different ball game. All right, we got Crispy Hits and Rips on the TikTok. And his link tree here. Speaking of link trees, we're going to get into my link tree. I got more for you. Stick around. Skip over this part if you want. If you already know the drill. If you know PSA Pikachu, Securus, Card Shop, Card Market, Buyee. Catch 'em all collectibles. The collector app for tracking your collection. a bunch of discount codes for the stuff that I use and recommend, a bunch of click before you shop for the things you're buying anyway. The free ways to support, like the affiliate links on here, are the best ways. I'd rather you guys do that. I'm not going to sell you some bounty. I'm not going to sell you a $45,000 bounty, overpriced pack, so you can enter the bounty and then not give it away to you. Instead, click the shit for your shit that you're buying anyway. All right. Speaking of awesome stuff, Card Market, thank you to Card Market for sponsoring. Open your own packs, guys, for the most part, unless you want to waste some money. If you want to waste some money, you can do it with someone reputable like Catch 'em All Collectibles. But again, it's a waste of money. If you want to waste money, do it with someone reputable like them. If you don't want to waste money, join the Discord, free restock notifications, pick up some stuff from Big Box. Eventually, it'll move to like game stores, online game stores, which will be the better price, the better option. Or for the time being, pick up some singles on sites like Card Market. So thank you to Card Market for sponsoring once again. Here we go. We got, of course, the website has got to be a Krispy's Mega Pull Box. And again, if he's going to screw you over on this, is he going to screw you over on something else? Again, maybe if it's low value, he doesn't need to. He doesn't have, he wouldn't have the desire to do so. But he's shown on stream his true colors, what he'll do when it's going to be a giant financial burden to him. So like with the pull box, with anything that's like a mystery pack of any kind, be very careful with that stuff. It's often scammy. And to be able to tell that it's scammy, it takes someone pretty dumb assembling that stuff. So stay away from mystery. Stay away from gambling. There's enough. If you really want to waste some money, do it in a cost-effective manner by picking up your own product. If you need people to do it with, if you feel like the immersion of the stream is what you're really desiring, just join my Discord. You can open packs on camera. You can open your own packs. You can pretend there's a bounty if you want. You can guess the energy. You can wrap it around and stick it up your butt. Don't really care. Well, maybe, no, you can't do that. Don't do that on camera. All right, we got the Crispy Hits and Rips Instagram, which is down. So for no lack of effort, I tried to get in touch with this individual, and not really happening. I don't think he's interested. I don't think he wants to show us where it was played off as a joke or anything else. We got the backup channel there. All right, so here we got JG Rolden, who says, I'm the one who won the 50 spins bounty, and mind you, that's worth 11 to 12K he gave to me, including the Umbreon. That's not the whole story. Check his videos on his first pull on the Umbreon, and I commented there months ago. So he posted that one. Why is he not posting? Then he joked after that if someone pulled the second Umbreon, he will give all that stuff. So I don't think he joked. I don't think that's what happened. And we're going to see that even his friend says that that was not a joke. We were all joking around till the second Umbreon came out. End of story. You can fact check me. I can show my receipts for my purchases and check his mods chatting me my prizes. This is like the easiest thing for him to prove. For Mr. Crispy Dongle to prove. Like, just show that it was a joke. You shouldn't joke about it anyway. Then we have Jerks 1942, the buyer, the winner of the 45K bounty, who says, again, he never once said it was a joke. I'm the buyer. When I hopped into the stream, he told me the bounty and I jumped in. People in the stream have the same story as me, and his own friend even told me. I have the rest of the clip and definitely not out of context. Try defending as much as possible, but I've collected enough proof to show and back the claims in the video. I mean, I know who's going to have access to the entire stream. TikTok's going to have access to the whole stream. So we'll see how they deal with it. We got Natty who says, I also watched live and you are 100% correct. Not once did it seem like a joke, nor was it taken out of context. He baited people with bounty to buy in, took their money, and when being called out in live, he got aggressive and started threatening people. That sounds like what we watched. It's like, you got your 50 spins, but what if he only gave you 2? Would he be complaining or backing him? So that's the thing too. The person that's backing him here is the person that got everything that they were supposed to win. So I didn't know a joke was to get people to buy in, etc., etc. We're not going to go through all the comments here. So we have his buddy old pal here who comments on the TCG Police video about the subject. Says, how about you post the videos of what he gives away? Doesn't matter. I don't give a shit what you gave away. I don't know why there's this thing with scammers where they're always like, oh yeah, but I give so much stuff away. Yeah, you're doing it with an incentive. You didn't want to pay out a giant bounty because you didn't think the Umbreon was going to be hit. But it did. It happened. And guess what that means? The promise that you made to somebody has to be filled. You should have made it less items. You should have made it less. But again, at that point in time, it's going to be less desirable. So you were gambling on your end by putting up a massive bounty, by mentioning a giant bounty that people could win so that they would purchase your packs. Overpriced packs. TCG Police says, you can play White Knight all you want, but he's the one turning off comments on his videos and dodging the situation entirely. I've been in this hobby for years. Someone giving away 99 things doesn't excuse the one time they want to act like this. Yeah. I don't care how many good things he did. If you scam and you're on video scamming, and the pathetic excuse of a video that we watched, response video. Lawrence says the bloke here literally card vends with him. So, shocker, LOL. Absolutely, I do. I've been a customer of his for over a year. He's done nothing but look after me. Yeah, well, that's great for you, but he's not doing that with everyone else, as we saw with this one very expensive example. And then here we got the Chatot King once again saying he's always been fair to his audience. No, he didn't say it was a joke. At no point have I said he didn't make a mistake. So like here, your buddy that vents with you and never treated you wrong, he doesn't deserve to be smashed over 20 seconds. No, he deserves to be smashed over the entirety of it. If he wants to show more than what we watched today, I mean that video. TCG Police video shows pretty much all you need to see. I still did the digging. I went through. I confirmed all of the details as far as I could without the entirety of the footage. But even in that video, he admits that he's not paying out the bounty. And everything lines up with the story from the victim in this case. So she's saying, what were the items? It'd be cool if you could also on TikTok go back and check what the items were for a bounty, especially one of that size that is probably a whole lot less likely to be paid out if someone wins it, especially if they win it early. We had a bunch of sealed products. We had all the cards that he shuffled through, the ones on the top loaders there with the price tags on them that were probably pretty high, probably too high. But again, I'm not going to go price check that stuff. Regardless, the moral of the story here is, and the point is that you can't just all of a sudden rip somebody off on promises of a bounty. Take advantage of the fact that, again, like how many streams would he have gone where he's offering that giant bounty and not hitting that Umbreon? That's not how it works. You can't hit it early. If you hit it early, you hit it early. You made up the rules. It was your game. And yeah, you decided that 45K less a Rayquaza was worth scamming over. So careful out there, guys. If there's updates on this, if Mr. Crispy Crunchy would like to have a chat with me and like to show me the remainder of the footage, he's welcome to do so. It looks like he's hiding a little bit from the backlash that ensued. Again, do not harass him or anyone else that involves him. It's best that we take it out with TikTok. It's best that you guys just spread the word. Be careful out there with him and with anyone else. Unacceptable. Garbage. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Bye.